I'm not. Oh, wait a minute. Am I live? Upcoming. Share window. Okay. Wait, contact. Oh, a new tab. Share. Okay. Um, okay, Malcolm. Shh, shh, shh. Every time you talk, there's an echo. Hold on. Okay, now we're. Shh, shh, shh. Every time you talk, there's an echo. Hold on. I know how to do this. I think I gotta turn it down on here because it's casting. Because it's casting from there to there. Okay. Oh, I am. I'm still learning here. So, what I wanted to, first of all, good morning. I hope everybody is blessed. I wanted to share something. I wanted to share this video. And welcome to Miss Sonia C. Y'all, welcome to my spot. Please hit a like and a share. Videos. This lady, I came across her this morning, and I like what she was saying, what she was sharing about boundaries. Let me go to my YouTube. Maybe that'll work. I can find her. It'll be easier. Excuse my slowness here. So I wanted to share this video. If I can figure out how to do it. My videos. Wait, it's my playlist. I wanted to share it because I really liked it. Her right here.
Everyone is in the middle of a life story, and your story is being shaped by what you are saying yes to and what you are saying no to. Your yeses and nos are what boundaries are made of. So what are boundaries? How do we build them? How do we heal when our boundaries are violated? And how do we push through boundaries? These questions have been the center of my life and my work. When I was a little kid and my world was just my family, I was pretty sure we were the only ones struggling with those questions. And then I grew up and I became a family therapist. And I saw lots of people struggling with these questions. And when I took a detour and ran nonprofits, I saw communities and leaders struggling with these questions. So now I teach workshops and wrote a book to help people answer these questions. And as people answer these questions and learn more about their boundaries, I've watched hundreds of people make the journey from being overwhelmed and exhausted and stressed out to people who trust themselves and are decisive and are committed to healthy relationships.
How do I unmute the speaker?
I'm going to share some stories and some tools that you can use to strengthen your boundaries. Let's begin with the most essential boundary tool that everyone has. Take a moment and visualize a compass in your hand. It looks just like this. It has two words on it, yes and no, and only those two words. You use this compass to make your decisions, figure out your relationships, and set your boundaries for your whole life. Today, I'm going to talk about how you can use this compass to place boundaries where you need them the most, lower your stress, and figure out your life's purpose. Now, the key to placing boundaries where you need them the most is tolerating stormy emotions. I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandfather had one way of doing things, his way. And when I was 24, he came to me and he asked me to be the executor of his will. And I asked him, what was it he wanted me to do after he died? And when he told me, I got all this stress inside because there were things I didn't want to do to other family members on his behalf. And I really wanted to please him, but I couldn't say yes to all this stuff. So I told him, no, I couldn't be his executor. He wanted me to do after he died. Most people do when you tell them no. He got angry. There were things I didn't want to do to other family members. When you listen to your own yes and no, other people are going to get angry or they may get disappointed. Boundary setting will unleash emotions. And yes and no are not feelings. So I couldn't let my fear of my grandfather's anger, nor my desire to please him, determine my boundaries. Now, sometimes your compass is clouded over.
Oh my God.
And you can't see if something is a yes or a no for you. And this happens if you've been ignoring your compass or arguing with it because you don't like what it's saying. Years ago, I wanted to be a writer. And I was very busy working, and I couldn't figure out how writers made time to write and earn a living.
Open the door.
So I took this yes and I shoved it to the side. Those are the writers that are here. And my daughters and I were attending this writing camp, week-long thing for middle schoolers, and I got to go as a chaperone. And one night, this real writer got on the stage, and he told us how he made time to write, what he said yes to with his time, and what he said no to in order to complete his books. He lived very cheaply, and his sole job was writing. There was my answer. So for 2 years, I saved my money, I lowered my expenses, and then when the time came when I had my money saved up, I devoted myself to writing. All that work, and in like just a few short months, my yes became a no. Writing is a solo sport. You sit alone all day. There I was talking to my dog. Oh, this is not the move for me. I'm a people person. So I listened to my no. I went back to working with people, and I saved some of my time for writing. That was a much better fit. Now, if you pay attention to this compass, it just gives you the basic guidance, the yes and the no. doesn't give you any details. You have to figure out the details. But the thing is, you can trust this compass because it's only trying to do one thing, and that's take care of you. And if you allow your compass and your boundaries to take care of you, it'll mitigate stress.
Yeah. Do
And
you see me on
stress
there?
is a very serious issue. According to the American Psychological Association, 50 to 58% of us, I'm not going to say who, are suffering from high stress. That's kind of a shocking number. And employers who are listening may want to pay attention to this and think about how important is decision making on the job, because this compass is highly sensitive to stress, and stress clouds over your compass. I teach people boundary skills so that they can reduce and prevent their stress from accumulating. The challenging thing, though, is that setting boundaries is just a little stressful, right? It's brief stress, though. Like once you get over that brief stress of actually doing it, you feel all this relief. And I call that brief stress sweating. You're going to do a little sweating when you set your boundaries. I sweat and I teach this stuff. So let's go back to this compass in your hand. It is only trying to take care of you. And ask yourself this question. Are there ways that you could improve your self-care? And when I say self-care, many of you may think first about what you eat and how much you exercise. And those are really important, but even people who do those really well are going to have high stress if they aren't managing their boundaries. Self-care is a much bigger landscape than eating and exercise. Self-care is how you treat yourself. It's how you find enjoyment, play, happiness, balance, rest, and companionship. I'm the first to admit, though, that self-care can be really hard, and it took me a long time to learn how to do it. In the past, and I like saying past, I was a workaholic caretaker. And back then, I was running an agency that was serving teens who were homeless. It was an agency that I started and I was deeply committed to. And over the years, as the organization grew, it needed more and more from me. So what if I was up night after night trying to make that budget work, and I couldn't a lot of the time? So what if I was on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, year after year, after year? So what if I was getting sick from watching so much child abuse? So what if I actually had post-traumatic stress from it? I ignored my own care until one day I was sitting in this dark movie theater and I was crying and crying. I broke. I couldn't stop crying. And I realized something inside was trying to reach me. And as I listened to my tears, I understood that I couldn't keep running this organization that I started and that I loved. My compass was saying no for my well-being. That was really hard to take, my well-being up against all these kids who needed help. So I dug deep with my compass about my purpose. And I understood that maybe it had been my purpose to start the organization, but 10 years later, the community loved and could care for this organization. And so I spent a year with my board of directors and we transitioned leadership to new leaders for the organization. And I want to tell you, it's still standing 24 years now, taking care of kids every day. Well, that's to you guys. Every day and every night, doing exactly what it was designed to do, the way it was designed to do it. And I learned from my compass that other people could take care of the kids and the staff and the organization, but only I could take care of me. And then I had to face my workaholic. Oh my. My workaholic, she's terrifying. She's worse than my grandfather. My workaholic never says, "Oh, take a break. You've done enough." My workaholic is crazy, and she just keeps going and going and going. And I had to intervene with some care for me. And my care for me got better and better, year after year, step by step. Now I challenge myself every day to do some of my work and then do something that I love, that I can fit into each day. So I knit more, I hang out with my friends. My friends are kind of shocked that I have time for them. My husband and I, we do less chores and we just have more fun. And my daughters and I are in this ongoing conversation about healthy living as they both grew up and went into healthcare. Go figure. And this summer, on a hot sunny day, I was watching this eagle soaring overhead at the beach. I remember everything about this day. It was a Tuesday, a work day. I had taken my lunch. I drove 4 minutes from my office to the beach, and there I was, taking a 45-minute lunch break, watching this eagle and listening to the waves. Now that's recovery. Now I need to warn you, even if you're doing all the boundary pieces, like you've separated your feelings from your boundaries and you're doing some good self-care and you're really listening to your yes and no, and maybe you've recovered from workaholism or numbing out. Even when you do all these pieces really, really well, there are going to be some things that are going to challenge your boundaries and they're going to make things extra hard. None of us are immune to health issues, to a financial crisis, or to a family member who has an addiction problem. And some of you are dealing with those struggles every day. Some of you are dealing with really tough challenges at your job every day. There are 3 things that you can do to support your compass. First, increase your self-care. You may already be doing some self-care, but you need to step it up. When your loved one has breast cancer, what I always see is your care for you goes down while you care for someone else. And taking that time to care for yourself may seem completely ridiculous in the face of such a big challenge. But I want to see the care for you go up while you care for someone else so that you're a stronger support in the long run for you and for them. The second thing to do is to reach out and build a web of resources. Your compass may not have enough information to guide you through the challenge that you're dealing with. We're not all experts in everything. Find people who have this expertise, join a support group, see a therapist, take a class, reach out. The third thing to do is to really focus on choosing your responsibilities and limiting your time during a challenge. During a challenge, we have like tons of extra responsibilities just coming down the hill at us, and you can't do it all. You have to decide what you will and won't be responsible for, and you have to let go of some of the rest. And nowadays, our technology has created this illusion that you are all a device that is always on. And now more than ever, you need to be careful and be protective so that you have some time to recover during a big challenge and times when you're not doing ongoing problem solving. All of you are in the middle of a life story, and your story is being shaped by what you are saying yes to and what you are saying. If you shut out the noise and listen, you're going to find yourself going through life with less stress and profoundly in tune with your purpose. Thank you.
So I have a Facebook friend whose life seems perfect.
Thank you, sis. No. So what happened was I had my phone on I had my computer screen on mute because I noticed in the beginning there was an echo. I wanted my screen to be shared and I also wanted to play that video. You know, I am learning as I go. I mean, this is like a learning experience. This is me documenting and showing how we're going to do this. I don't even know who else is on this journey, but I'm gonna bring you with me. And you know what? We're gonna do this together. If I got the information, hey, I'm gonna give it. But in the beginning it'd be rocky, y'all. It's gonna be rocky. I don't quite know how to do it. But yeah, no, thank you guys for being patient with me because I know everything is not always smooth. It's not always easy to look at because I'm half the time I'm trying to figure out what to do. So the video was about boundaries, about I forgot that fast. And sometimes I feel like I be having short-term memory loss, but in Jesus' name, my memory's intact. But I'm just saying is that it was just about, boundaries and self-care. Thank you, Mackie. Mackie be paying attention. That's a shame, you guys. It take the way my brain work. Sometimes I gotta see something like real talk 3 or 4 times before I can get it. It take a while before stuff sits inside of me. But I'm having a hard time. Well, no, I'm not having a hard time. I've had a hard time with boundaries. I've had a hard time with sharing to people how I feel about certain things. And it'd be like my truth and I should be comfortable with sharing okay, for sure. I have to be able to stand on my belief system or stand on what I believe. Okay. So what it was several things. It happened. It happened yesterday. It happened today. Okay. I'll just let me just get to it. Let me just say it because I don't put names in it. So I should be able to say certain things. Okay. And I know I can't be the only one to have this problem. But it's really simple, but it's really something that a person can get anxiety over because they don't like it. Let me just say it. I don't like it when men call me baby. I don't like it when men call me baby or sexy. You've been learning how to be as respectively assertive. That's very important, to be respectively assertive. I really have a problem with men calling me baby and sexy. And it's hard for me to assert that sometimes because I don't want to break the flow of the conversation. I don't want to be Dapper Dorothy, like, damn, she always got to say something to ruin the moment. You know what I'm saying? Well, I feel like this. If you're not my man, we're not being intimate together. We're not going to be intimate together. Or first of all, if I don't call you those words, if we don't have that kind of relationship, just don't call me that until you ask my permission. But you would know by the time you ask my permission, you already know that we on that level. So, and I think a lot of women cringe when certain men call them babies and all that. Now, somebody may say, "Hi, beautiful." It depends on who it is, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That's different. Beautiful is kind of like saying queen. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to saying baby and sexy, baby and sexy is like, you done been in my bed. and maybe I'm speaking from a very protected space. Right. I know. My girlfriend said, you don't even know me like that. I have learned to just, Malcolm, that's rude. My son burps the loudest in the world. I have learned to just smile and nod and keep it moving. But if they persistent, I will say my name. Okay, for real. I know that's right. And as far as me, I have a hard time accepting compliments when it comes to exterior. I like compliments when it comes to the kind of compliments I respect is, you got a cool personality, or you know how to fix that car. I really don't, but you know how to, I admire that in a woman when she know how to check her oil or whatever the case may be. But anything on the outside, I can do without. I really don't like it when men call me shoddy, a little mama, a no mama. Look, I'm a baby mama. I'm my kid's mama. I'm not nobody else's mama. But no, I feel you, sis. Real talk. So I just, that's just an example of one boundary that
Can I get some Coke?
that I have to repeat. I find myself often.
Please, you a Coke or Coke?
Malcolm, are you stopping me in the middle of my life to ask me for a Coke? I'm sorry, no. And that's not a Coke, that's a Pepsi.
Can I have one?
I don't want you having Coke in the morning. Did I just say that? No, I mean Pepsi in the morning. No, you please don't interrupt me. Yeah, I don't. Did you just burp again?
No.
I love my kids to pieces, y'all. But we parents need to stop letting these kids get away with so much things. We need to draw healthy boundaries too, including me. But anyways, like I was saying, I like being called queen here and there. That's cool too, queen is one of them words you can say to your sister. You can say, it's a it's a royalty word. It's an uplifting word, and it's a respect word. And so I definitely like, the word queen. But yeah, so it's really hard. I really don't like exterior, compliments. And yes, being a queen is a mindset. Absolutely. 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 And it's a way that you carry yourself. Sometimes Oh gosh. And I find myself, sis, let me just say this real quick to you. Sometimes I feel that if I get on here, I cuss very well. Cussing comes out smoothly. It comes out easier than all them $50 words. You know, it's easy for me to just pop off and mother F of this and that, and then I'll get a lot of viewers. People like seeing that, you know what I'm saying? But once you get in that queen mindset, it's like, wow, I'm a mother, you know what I mean? I'm a child of God. I gotta be set apart. I gotta act different. You know, that's that queen mindset. I'm not saying just because women cuss that they're not in queen mindset, but there is an action behind that word queen. We got to carry ourselves like, you know, um, you know, like royalty. You know, we have to really carry ourselves like that. But sometimes I feel like, ooh, I feel like, you know, I need to cuss. And if I be cussing and being real authentic that way, then maybe I can reach people better. You know, what's more important? You know, it's like, do I pop off at the cuss to get the reach? Or do I keep it real, you know, real classy and godly, you know, and then eventually they'll come. I don't know. It was just a random thought that I was having. I don't know if anybody else ever have those thoughts in their head. Maybe he was, let me see. Maybe he was drunk. I don't know. If I gave him the word of God. Woman is there for us as a model. We'll never be her. Okay. Man, I appreciate your feedback. Absolutely. And that video, I just want to give props to her. You know, I don't own the rights. And I'm still learning how to do that part. I typed in healthy boundaries, how to set healthy boundaries. And that lady came up and she saved in my playlist if anybody is interested in getting her directly, but I think it showed it on my YouTube. And another thing, the reason why I wanted to play that is because I wanted to share that with the world. I didn't know how to put it in my perfect words and in those perfect words. And so I just decided just to add it to the cast. You know, I shared that I wanted to be more consistent and more consistent with my postings and everything. But sometimes I need a little help. And I have to put those new things inside of me like I'm still learning. So I wanted just to share that with you all. And absolutely. I won't tarry on too long. And I'm going to post this. And sometimes stuff be really easy, but we don't have that simple one step that we need. Yes. So I'm on my YouTube platform. I'm not on my Facebook, so I don't know if I have. Well, that's my. Yeah, no, I don't mind sharing my email address. That's just one of them. Integrity and everything at Gmail. Thank you for asking me. Nobody's ever asked me for my email address. Nobody's ever asked me for my email address. That's cool. Because I was like, no, I was just having a thought. Yeah. And we need to, you know, talk as well. If you want to jump on here, sis, you can jump on here. And if you have some feedback, because I sure don't, you know, we have to put something together or something. I'm really impromptu half the time. Every time I try to make a plan on something, it never seems to flow right for me. But if I had a little bit of help or a little bit of assistance, thank you. And I love yours too. Like I say, girl, you don't understand. We got so many similarities. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Okay. Okay. Speaking of washer and dryer, y'all, I've been running away from my responsibilities. I need to get my house together. And if anybody knows of anybody that is renting a place, I have a 2-bedroom Section 8 voucher. I need to move. If anybody knows of anything, I try to get on here. I tried to look, but for some reason I'm not looking at the right place. It just seems so hard. Okay, it was easy. Let me tell you how I shared it. All I did was when you start StreamWire, oh my God, what is this thing called? Whenever you start the stream, at the bottom it says share plus, and then you can go to share screen. It's that easy. That's how you do it. That easy, huh? That is that easy. I wish I could have just did a trial and error real quick. But but thank you, sis, for being on here and everybody else. Let me go to my Facebook real quick to see if anybody had any comment. I'm just so appreciative on StreamYard. That's how you do it. Oh, okay. Nobody commented on my video. So I'm going to get off. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There's 3 comments. I'm trying to call you, but not connecting. Because what is meant for you will be yours. Absolutely. That's right. Mm-hmm. All right. Yes. I'll catch the beginning of it. Okay, yes. Okay, I'll talk to you. God bless you. All right. Love you in Christ. Wow. Talk to you later. And I'm going to get off of here as well.
Can I get something that's only $3.99?
No, please don't ask me for no V-Bucks.
It's not V-Bucks. Look, Mom. It's not V-Bucks.
All right, y'all. Well, if nobody has any.
Malcolm, I asked you, why you can't play games that you don't have to pay for?
Because there is no games.
Yeah, there is. That's good. How do you think they started out?
I don't know. They like you to get stuff for free.
What?
Every internet game. You have
Malcolm, be careful.
Malcolm,
Well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and log off since nobody has any questions or anything like that. Hope you have a blessed day, and let's just put good things into our spirit. Let's feed ourselves. Let's feed our spirits, our souls with positivity. It's all about self-care. It's all about knowledge and bettering ourselves. I don't have all the answers. I don't try to make it seem like I'm just super smart at something. I have to do my investigative work. I gotta go to other people's pages and learn and read upon things. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to invite you all to do those things. You know, each one teach one. All right, take care.
What is it that you have to do when you go there? You have to like it and